Hello, welcome to my Power of Positive Thinking TED Talk. Most of you know me or have spoken to me at one point in time. I've been with Delta for 5.5 years. Been fortunate enough to have attended Summit 5 of those 5 years and tracking what's more for the 6th time. And I really attribute my success to positivity, the way I approach my calls, the way I approach my day here at the call center. From the very start of my day, I tell myself it's going to be a good day. I literally say it aloud, not just to myself, but when I get here to my team members, say, hey, how are the calls today? And if they say, oh, we're busy, I say something like, you know what, no problem, we'll work those out. We'll be so in no time. So it's just the way that I allow myself to think. Just a little bit about myself. I smile a lot. I'm always very friendly. Most of you have probably seen me, unless I haven't had my coffee, I am smiling. And my affirmations are really that I prepare myself for the day by believing that I'm going to have high sales, by believing I'm going to have high vendor counts. And I enjoy those high sales. I enjoy high vendors. I look forward to my dashboard being blue and showing exceeding. And before you realize it, by enjoying those sales and looking forward to them, you're getting them. And then all of a sudden it's easy, it's seamless. You're not even realizing that you're grasping for that higher sale or that upsell. You're just getting it because you're excited about having that sale and contributing to your bottom line. By being positive both on and off the call, I'm able to go seamlessly from my job to my home life. No one wants to get off the phone and be just tired and they're way sad saying, my goodness, I had such trying calls. While you're on the phone, don't let yourself be discouraged by how busy we are, how upset our passengers are, how many passengers there are on hold. I like to see it as an opportunity or a challenge to be creative, to think outside the box, to help as many passengers as possible. We have 100 people on hold. Okay, that's just one more opportunity for me to help my passengers. Let's see here. I do feel that part of the reason I'm able to get high sales and high vendor counts are that my passengers feel comfortable with me by having the smile on my face, and it translates. It sounds cliche, but it really does. I've had people say, wow, you must be in a really good mood, or you must really enjoy your job. I can hear you smiling. And that puts them at ease to maybe go ahead and have the confidence on ticketing with me rather than going back to online or searching around and calling back. And I've got that confidence to go ahead and go through with it and call back if they need anything later. The rules of the road, we've heard it before, and we'll hear it again. As Richard Anderson said, all airlines are alike. The only difference are the employees. And I truly believe that. And we all go to the same places. We all fly the same type of aircrafts. It's you and I and our flight attendants and our agents at the airport, and even behind the scenes, baggage claim, and all those people, the interactions we have with our passengers are lasting. We can't help everyone. I know that. There's some people I just am never going to be able to make happy, but my goal is to have that passenger remember our interaction. Not necessarily if I was able to help them or what I did for them, but how I made them feel. Was it easy? Was it seamless? Did they have to repeat themselves? Were they smiling at the end? I enjoy connecting with my passengers. I think if we share in the excitement with the passengers, they're going to be more excited about flying and then have that memorable experience with Delta from the very beginning that they start ticketing. So again, my goal is for the passenger to recognize how hard I tried, that I want to help them, and that they remember that, especially with social media and how one person is able to reach hundreds or thousands. Although there are always going to be those bad experiences, we want them to remember, you know what, they just handled that so wonderfully, or they addressed my concern, or they talked to me like I was the first person they spoke with this day and not the 100th IROP call for cancellation in New York, which, when that happens, we all know it's one after another. One of the ways I share in the excitement and connect to my passenger are positive words, and I cannot say how important they are. Absolutely, wonderful, perfect, of course, excellent. I start, continue, and finish my calls with those words. So passenger, I've got an example. After my greeting, once I've determined why the passenger is calling, they say, I'm calling to make a reservation. I say, wonderful. Do you have the dates and times that you're interested in traveling? They call and say, I need to change my flight and stay a day later. Excellent, I'm so happy to help with that. And at the end of the call, all right, you're good to go. Anything else I can help with? Passenger says, no, they're okay. I say, perfect, thanks so much for choosing Delta. And that just elevates the call, and it helps me keep control of the call. Sometimes they call and they're not in the best of moods. By not letting that get to me and not taking it personally and still having my upbeat, positive tone of voice, almost always they follow suit. it redirects the tone of the call and allows them to relax a little bit and tell me the issue, knowing that I'm going to do everything in my power to help them. Even when it comes to irate passengers, again, you just cannot take it personally. Keep your upbeat mindset. You know what? They may not be having a good day, but I'm still having a great day. My next call could very well be a sale. I might get a vendor from this. So you've got to enjoy helping the passengers even when they're not having a great day themselves. Really? The only other thing I want to say is we're getting ready for the next TED Talk, which is surrounding upselling, and taking this positive thinking, this positive way of thinking into your calls, that's going to assist with the upselling. Because I'm a firm believer, if you don't ask for that upsell, you'll get 100% of nothing. And if you have a good rapport with your passengers and you're on a good level playing field and they're happy to have you help them, go ahead and offer that upsell. Worst thing that's going to happen is they'll say no. And then you just redirect them back to the main fare, to the flight that they were looking at. It's like, oh, no problem, I've got everything set up for you here still. Not losing a beat, they're not going to be upset that you tried to sell them something. When offering vendors, say, hey, did you want a car rental or are you taken care of? Just making them feel that no hair off my back, this is just for your benefit, I want to take care of you. So it really does help being positive, not only on the call but off. When you're done with your day, leaving, going home, enjoying your family, enjoying your off time. So I just want to stress how much of a difference it can be in your lives when you do think positively. Is there any questions?
Can you give some more examples of your positive words that you use?
Absolutely. So I've got, one of my favorite is oh goodness. Not only because that really shares in the excitement with them, but that can be used towards a frustrating experience. Someone who has anxiety, the way you present it, oh goodness, well, you know what, I'm more than happy to help for you. Shows that empathetic response and then jumping right in with another positive words, I'm happy to go forward. Some of the other words that I use, and I use these very frequently. Every call, you'll hear me say these words at least 3 times on the call. Absolutely, of course, perfect, great, wonderful, oh goodness, excellent, fantastic, sure thing, and certainly. Some of those words like fantastic, that's not something that rolls off your tongue in normal day-to-day use. But when we're on the phone, it really immediately elevates that call. Fantastic, let's go ahead and do that for you. It gets them excited, puts them in the mindset, you know what, we're gonna get this done. Sure. Any other questions? All right, well guys, thank you all for listening to me, and I certainly hope it helps. You guys are all fantastic, I'm sure, as we are top in our industry. I mean, there's no denying that. Every one of us has a part in that. So I just hope going forward that you can enjoy your job and enjoy helping our passengers.
Does anyone else have, thank you so much, Adrienne, does anyone else have anything that they use that kind of keeps, I know we have a lot of top people in here who sell and do a really good job with their brand advocate score. Does anyone else, because it does, right, the consistency is really, I think, that you stay that positive and you don't react, you're not reactionary with the customer. It goes a long way.
And connecting with them, even if it's the smallest thing. Like if you're from their hometown, not going into your whole life story, but connecting with them. Oh, looks like, you're from here. That's awesome, I grew up there, or something. We'll be on the same page, no arguing. I'm a big Florida Gator fan because I grew up in Gainesville, so I use that all when I first speak. Georgia Bulldog people, oh, I can't help you, you're a Bulldog fan. Only when they're in a good mood.
That's good.
Yeah. Just like connecting to them. It's all about personality to me, I think. When you have a personality with them on the phone, they feel more comfortable.
Absolutely.
If you're just like, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? You're not. They're gonna hang up and call someone else. And I've actually had people say, I just had to hang up on 2 representatives because I either couldn't understand them or they just seemed rude, and I didn't want to talk to them. So I hung up and just called the diamond desk back. I knew I would get a good one eventually,
Yeah.
But
Adrienne, and thank you. Adrienne, can you also talk to us about goal setting? Guys, was our first talk, goal setting, and I know Adrienne has some.
I've got it on my paper.
A little bit of information about
it.
goal setting too. But could you just give us a little background of how you create your goals?
Yes, so first thing I do as a Reed resident is check my dashboard. And I set personal daily, weekly, and monthly, well, daily, monthly, and yearly goals. First and foremost, my goal is to be blue. I want to exceed in everything. That's personally what I strive for. And then within the day, I see that I want at least 2 vendors for the day. I want to sell at least $5,000. Anything over $5,000 to $10,000 is a good day. Anything over $10,000 is a great day. So I'm always striving for that $10,000 plus. Call handling time. I always want to make sure that I keep that down, and I've found phraseologies and little shortcuts all within the parameters of the job, where things you might be able to say, hey, we've got your seats here, everything's updated online, you can take a look at it there. That just, excuse me, that just very quickly glosses over it, letting them know that it is taken care of, but not taking the time to go through it one at a time. And that's something that can reduce call handling time immediately. So I just have little goals where if I notice that there's a trend, either from myself or from those in my bay or on my team, that I try and kind of pinpoint that and focus on it for a week. And then again, without even realizing it, those things become normal. Like my sales, my vendors. My vendors currently are extremely high. They never really used to be there. I found a few phraseologies that work for me, and I would very purposefully spend time on that and focus on the vendors. And all of a sudden, I wasn't thinking about it anymore, but I'm at a 3% and higher without thinking about it because it became normal. So I enjoyed getting those sales. I enjoyed seeing my dashboard numbers be high. And I said, yes, that's awesome. And that just encouraged me to keep going. Let's see.
Does anybody have any questions about vendor phraseology, or is everybody like hitting their number?
No, actually, how do you normally bring in the conversation with vendors?
Okay, what I found my greatest hurdle with vendors is getting them to listen to you. If you wait till the end of the call or you group it together in a spiel, they're thinking they're trying to sell me something. I'm done with my call. I did what I had to. So if I can incorporate it while I'm looking for flights, hey, while I'm looking here, just so I don't forget, are you going to need any car and hotels, or is that something you're already taking care of? I like to throw in that, or are you all set, or are you taken care of, or are you good to go? Because it right away lets them know, hey, they're not forcing me into this. They just want to make sure I'm good to go. We're taken care of. We're all set. I found just changing that one bit of phraseology and adding that to my normal offer, it really got people to listen, opened up the doors. And then even if they declined it, say, oh, no, thanks so much for asking, though. Much more than I ever did before. Before it was, no, thank you, or no, I'm good. Now it's, oh, no, but thanks so much for offering it for me. Yeah. So even if it's at the end of the call, hey, we've got you all set here. Now, just to make sure you're taken care of, did you want to take advantage of our partners with discounted cars or promotional hotels? No, good, you're taken care of, even better. Have a good one. Bring it back around to, good, I'm glad you're taken care of. If you don't need us, no problem. So really just getting that foot in the door, and with your spiel, making them feel like you're not selling them something, but you're trying to enhance their experience. Get them that discount. Who doesn't want a discount? If they're traveling and they're renting a car anyway, oh, sure, you usually work with hers, but you know what, we've got some fantastic prices. It might be worth a quote. Let's get you over there.
So thank you guys. I think that about rounds up the time here. Just take one thing back. That's what we're asking, is that you take one thing back and try it today on your calls and let us know how it worked for you. And we'd love to hear your feedback. If you want these types of talks, please let us know. We'll continue them, and it's all in the effort to lift our performance. So thank you, Adrienne.
Thank you all for having me.